So I'm with Sarah from the University of Grenoble-Alpes, and I know that you have faced some particular challenges in coming together for this event, but I will come on to those in a moment.
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to ask you about your drone and the challenge that you're taking part in. So what exactly are you doing during this week?
So our drone is supposed to be able to deliver a 1 kg to 1.5 kg of payload that is supposed to be medicines for someone in need. So our drone should be able to move in a map without GPS, because that's the particularity of this challenge. It's GPS denied, so it's supposed to move through through estimating its position from a camera and from a LiDAR sensor to estimate the Z position. And through that, it's also supposed to recognize the mannequin as someone in need of the medicine through computer vision and delivers the medical supply. So that's the whole challenge. And I would say the particularity is that we have to do it without GPS, because that's not the standard. And right now we're just trying to sort of everything to get together and actually be able to recognize the mannequin through each angle. That's why we are taking several shots to be able to reuse them to debug and see how our computer vision interprets the camera, the vision. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right. Now, I've seen your team operating undercover indoors, so that brings a certain level of challenge. But then today we've seen you underneath the pier with a full wind blowing and a crowd watching as well. So how did that work then?
Yeah, it actually worked really well. I was actually able to resist the wind pretty well, and I think that's based on the parameters we chose inside the flight controller. It's called the PID, and when you tune the values of this PID controller, that's what gets the drone to be able to actually resist the wind and be able to do its mission.
Okay, so what's the value, do you think, of being part of a competition like European Robotics League?
The value, I think we feel very proud to be able to represent our university, that we are actually competent and actually able to do such things, and it's wonderful to learn through projects and practice like this, like real events like this. And we learned so much through either technical or actually getting people to actually believe in us, or everything. That's from top to bottom was a big learning journey for us.
Good. Okay. Now, I think you would describe your team as an international team.
Yeah,
you've all come from everywhere.
Yeah.
And in fact, the way the whole team came together is quite an amazing story in itself. So perhaps you can tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so the first way we actually met is just because I made a mistake and I actually tried to fill in the actual form of the actual site, and that's how my teammate here was able to see that even though this competition is for the whole Europe, there is only one person who was trying to fill it from the same city as him. So that's how he just immediately tried to contact me through LinkedIn, and 3 hours before the closure of the competition, we signed in our papers. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like karma or destiny that you were destined to work together and to form part of this team.
Then we'll look it for the other two, and he met with Milo because he was just an acquaintance of him, and he remembered that Milo is actually flying drones since 2019. So he just remembered that, and he immediately asked him, do you want to come with us? Even though we have really short time, and you jump it in, and that's basically the same for Mortada, and that's how we came into a big team like this.
Okay, I think that you also have a story about resourcefulness. Clearly, if you're a team in a competition like this, you need to be resourceful. You need to fix problems and solve problems as they occur. And of course, they always occur.
Yeah.
But I think the way in which you've been able to fund this trip in the first place is quite a story there as well. And I think that reflects very well on your own resourcefulness.
Yeah.
So perhaps you can tell us something about that as well.
Yeah, so we were trying to actually get funded by any company or any foundation that could actually fund student projects like ours. And at the beginning of our project, we were able to schedule an appointment at the end of April with ENP Grenoble Foundation. And because we did so much progress by the end of April, when we had that meeting with them, they were so impressed with our progress that they actually accepted founding us immediately. And that was like a really good thing. We got like 1,400 euros for our project, and that would cover all the costs for the new motors, the camera, and the orange Jetson, and all the things. And for the drone, actually, because you haven't asked me about the drone yet, but it was the same thing, because at the beginning of March, I had a meeting with an engineer from a research lab called Gipsa Lab in Grenoble, and they also work on drones. And we had that meeting with him, and there is actually a very funny story, because when he's been asking us a lot of questions about our project, and he said, "What's your budget?" And we said 1,000 euros. And he said, "From where do you get those?" And we just said, "Our pocket." He was so shocked. We were just two students at that time, and we were planning on budgeting everything on our own. And he took that in consideration, and later on he put us in contact with another company called Windfisher. They had like 2 drones sitting there, and they were actually been able to lend them for us. And when we got them, we mounted all our other stuff on it, like our camera and Jetson and the motors and the propellers, the suitable motor spin propellers for our weight limit, and that's how we got our drone.
Wow. I mean, well, I hope the university...
In like 2 months, all of this got together.
That's quite a remarkable story. The university should be very proud of you.
Yeah.
The fact that you've just used your own sort of self-reliance and ingenuity to bring this whole thing together.
Yeah.
The team, the people, the drone, the finances. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, well, Sarah, University of Grenoble Alpes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay.